What's going on? In today's video, what we're going to talk about is a preview for Arsenal versus Southampton. Yes, it's Arsenal versus Southampton preview, and you know what? It's always a live Q&A. Ask your questions in the comment section as we go live. Emile Smith Rowe is back in training, and the team is ready to go for Southampton on Saturday. They're going to have to be ready to go. We don't know who's going to be playing up front. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been in very, very poor form, and Lacazette has not been performing well either. At the time, we don't even know who's going to play as left back. Kieran Tierney just coming back, getting a start in the last game. Anthony Martial is linked to Arsenal. I want to know what you guys think about Anthony Martial to Arsenal. Will Odegaard get to start this game also? We need to talk about that. William Saliba is still performing amazing for Marseille. Will he come back to Arsenal eventually? Mikel Arteta is under pressure for this game. We have to see what happens there. Eddie Nketiah also could be on a move this summer or in January. And Reiss Nelson just recently scored for Feyenoord in the Conference League. Big up to him. And let's get the show started, guys. Hopefully we go with the infamous back four that we currently have. And you know what? Let's continue and hopefully we win on Saturday. Yo, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? It's the Kitty G on EGTV. I hope you guys are doing well. We're live today. We're going to be talking about the Arsenal versus Southampton game. We're going to be getting into some of the other things, as you already seen in the little preview right there. But first things first, let's just get started straight into what lineup are we going to go with against Southampton on Saturday. As you guys know, we're going to be playing Southampton at home on Saturday, and I just want to know, what lineup do you think we're going to be going with? What team do you think Mikel Arteta will be going with? What formation will he be going with? Who will be starting? As you know, there has been some information that has come out, such as Emile Smith Rowe is back in contention to be starting in this game. He's back in training. We're also going to be talking about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang possibly being out in this game, because there's rumors that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang did not train today, which might mean he might not play for the upcoming game. So yeah, before we get any further, shout out to the people in the comment section. Big up Tim. I can see Tim in the chat. Big up Lenny. Lenny's in the chat. Shout out to everyone. Do me a favor, smash that like button, share this on all your platforms. Let everybody know we're live right now on EGTV. And if you can do me a favor, smash that like button while you're at it. Even though he's a Leeds fan, he's always supporting. So big up to you, Tim. So yeah, and rivals are always welcome on my channel. So you already know what it is. But yeah, let's get this show started. First things first, what we're going to be talking about today is the lineup. Who is going to play in the lineup, right? We need to find out who's going to play in the lineup. So let's do our predicted lineup. Goalkeeper, as we already know, Ramsdale picks himself. Right back picks himself, Takehiro Tomiyasu. Not even a question in my opinion. Next, we're going to go to Ben White, Gabriel. That is the easy choices. Here is the tough one. Is it Tavares or is it Tierney? In my opinion, Kieran Tierney needs to be put back into this team. Kieran Tierney needs to get some game time under his belt. And I'm putting Kieran Tierney into this starting 11. So I'm putting Kieran Tierney in that back four, back in the back four. Tavares can take a seat on the bench for this game. Kieran Tierney's leadership is integral to our team, in my opinion. And I definitely want to get started with Kieran Tierney in this game, right? Midfield pairing. I know Thomas Partey has been poor. Thomas Partey has been very piss poor, but you know what? We need Thomas Partey to perform. So I'm going to go with Thomas Partey in that midfield. And next to him, I'm going to go with Lokonga, even though Granit Xhaka's back. I'm going to go with Lokonga, and I'm hoping that Granit Xhaka gets dropped. Let Granit Xhaka get fully fit. Don't just throw him into every game. Let him get fully fit. Let Lokonga play this game. Go with the pairing of Lokonga and Granit and Thomas Partey. That's what I'm thinking. If people say, you know what, drop Thomas Partey, I hear it, but I don't think it will get dropped. I think it's going to be Lokonga. But if I was going to be honest, I think Arteta's going to go with Xhaka. So this is Arteta's team, not my team. So I think Xhaka is going to start this game. Odegaard, I think, is not going to get dropped after scoring 2 goals in 2 games. I think Odegaard's going to play. I think Emile Smith Rowe is going to walk straight back into this team. I think Bukayo Saka is going to walk straight back into this team. And I think Lacazette is going to start up top. I think Gabriel Martinelli might be the one that sees himself getting dropped to the bench. Yeah, I know it's very harsh, but personally, if I was Arteta, I wouldn't go with Lacazette. I would go with Martinelli, and I would go with Lokonga instead of Xhaka. So I don't know if this is the team that he's going to go with, but this is similar to what I think might happen. Only a couple positions that I'm unsure about are the left back, the other center mid that goes with Pate, and if Martinelli starts, Smith Rowe starts, Saka starts, or if it's Lacazette starting with Martinelli and Smith Rowe, or Martinelli, Saka, and Lacazette, something like that. But yeah, realistically, I think Martinelli is going to be on the bench. I think Lacazette comes into the side, and I think Lokonga's out for Granit Xhaka. That's what I think is going to happen in this midfield battle. I just think it's going to be one of those, and I'm just going to lock that in. That's the team I think is going to that Arteta's going to go with in this upcoming game. And yeah, shout out to the people in the comment section. Big up to Chris de Gruner. Big up to Liaz. I can see you. Someone said Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I don't think Lenny. I don't think Ainsley Maitland-Niles is going to start this game. Unfortunately, is Smith Rowe fit? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Is Smith Rowe fit? You know what? It looks like Smith Rowe might be fit for this game. It looks like Smith Rowe might be fit for this game. The rumor has it that Smith Rowe is back. Rumor has it that Smith Rowe is back and he is going to be fit for this game. Yes, Chris Wheatley himself tweeted out that Smith Rowe will be fit. Chris Wheatley said that Smith Rowe will be back fit for this game, and he thinks that Smith Rowe might even get to start. I don't honestly. Let me just get it up so I can see it. So yeah, Chris Wheatley tweeted out earlier that Emile Smith Rowe is back in training. Yes, Emile Smith Rowe is back in training, and if Emile Smith Rowe is back in training, this is a good sight for us. Personally, I think Emile Smith Rowe is one of our most integral players this season. Even though he's a youngster, we depend on him very heavily when it comes to the final third. He's not an amazing goal scorer, but he is one of the highest goal tallies in the team. And you know what? When it comes to just getting involved in goal involvements, he's one of the highest in getting involved in goal involvements. So I think it is integral that we have him in the side. Personally, I don't know if it's going to be sustainable to have a youngster being one of the guys who's leading your line and doing all these things. But as of right now, he is one of the most important players in our team, and he has been for a little while now. So Emile Smith Rowe is back in training. He's ready to go. And you know what? This is a good sign. This is a good sign, because if Emile Smith Rowe is back in fit, that just helps us. That just helps us overall, in my opinion. It helps us so much more, because we need Emile Smith Rowe ready to go. We need Emile Smith Rowe fit and firing, and I just think he's going to be integral for us going forward this season. Right now, enough about Emile Smith Rowe and everything else. There's a little story about a certain Anthony Martial possibly joining Arsenal. So I want to know what you guys think about a possibility of Anthony Martial joining Arsenal. Yes, this does seem very, very weird, but Anthony Martial does seem like he could be joining Arsenal. So let me know in the comment section right now. Is it a thumbs up or is it a thumbs down for Anthony Martial to Arsenal? That's the question I want to know. What do you guys think about Anthony Martial to Arsenal? Now, Anthony Martial has never really been amazing at all, in my opinion. Anthony Martial has been very, very underwhelming for Manchester United in his time at Manchester United, in my opinion. For example, he had in his last couple seasons at Manchester United. Last season, he got 4 goals, 3 assists. The season before that, he got 17 goals, 6 assists. Season before that, he got 10 goals, 2 assists. Season before that, he got 9 goals, 5 assists. 16, 17 season, he got 4 goals, 6 assists. And his first season for Manchester United in the league, he got 11 goals and 4 assists. To be fair, he was never a prolific goal scorer. He has played all over the front three. He's never stamped down his authority in one position. He's played as a left winger. He's played as a right winger. He's played as a striker. He's even played at times as a second striker. He's played in every type of position that you could possibly play him in. But the thing is, it's almost like Anthony Martial could never actually get he can never stamp his authority in any way or form in one certain position. So I don't know. I personally don't think Anthony Martial is a good signing. I personally think Anthony Martial is a bad signing for Arsenal Football Club. I think Anthony Martial is a signing where, if he does come to Arsenal, he would be another underwhelming player from a rival coming to Arsenal. He'll be another player from a rival club joining Arsenal, and I don't think it's a good idea. Overall, I just think it's a bad idea. I think Anthony Martial joining Arsenal, I'm not really all in for it. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And don't forget to smash that like button, people. We got 14 people in the chat right now, 12 people actually. I'm not really we got 14 people in the chat right now. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new, and tell me what you guys think. Right now, we got a poll going, and about 69% of you guys, almost 70% of you guys are saying no to Anthony Martial to join Arsenal. That just goes to show me that you guys don't really think it's a good idea for him to join Arsenal. We got one comment here saying he is a flop. He will be a flop and a bad signing. Okay. I agree with Chris. It's a 50-50. He does sound like another Pepe, definitely. He is not a soul. He's definitely not a Soul Campbell. Soul Campbell's not that good. Salam Terrence Tibbs, how are you? Egal, I'm Egal's uncle. You're not my uncle, but big up to you. Big up to you. But yeah, thoughts on Anthony Martial? Let me know in the comment section and on the playback what you think about Anthony Martial possibly joining Arsenal. Let me know what you think about the possibilities of him joining Arsenal, and if you'd even take him at Arsenal. I want to know these things because it's very important for us to find out what everyone else thinks about our players. I want to know what you guys think about the possibilities of him joining Arsenal. I just overall want to gauge the room on your thoughts on him. Right now, before we go any further, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and there's a poll going on. So let me know in the poll what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling about everything as we speak. But yeah, before we go any further, do that. In the meanwhile, we're gonna talk about some other things. We're gonna get into some other things, right? So Anthony Martial, I personally think it's a bad idea. I think we should stay clear. I think Anthony Martial needs to leave the Premier League in totality. And would Manchester United even sell him to Arsenal? I don't think Manchester United would even want to sell him to Arsenal. Martial to Newcastle makes sense. That's my opinion. I think Anthony Martial to Newcastle makes more sense than Anthony Martial to Arsenal. Now, Odegaard. Odegaard has scored in the last two games. We've lost in the last two games that Odegaard has scored in also. Do we drop Odegaard for Lacazette? Because I feel like Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka in the team all together offer us a lot. They do, because you'd have Martinelli on one position on the left, you'd have Saka on the right, you'd have Smith Rowe in the 10, and you'd have Lacazette up top. I think that would be a really, really nice balanced team. But if we were to do that, Odegaard would be out of the team. And I think Odegaard in the last two games scoring goals, I think the unfortunate event that he would be dropped would only be if he was injured. Knock on wood. I don't want him injured. But of course, I don't think Odegaard is going to get dropped. I think Odegaard will be starting this game. Why would you drop someone who's in form and scoring goals? I completely hear that. Yes, Dizzy, I completely agree. Why drop a player who's in form and the only midfielder scoring? It doesn't make sense. You don't drop him. Easy question. What do you call it? He was our best player versus Everton. There you go. Shearer is the best Premier League striker. I don't agree. I think Henry was the best Premier League striker, but okay, you can say Shearer was if that's how you want to go. But yeah, let me know in the comment section as we go your thoughts on that. I honestly don't know if Odegaard is going to be dropped. I feel like most likely he's going to start. So I would be more confident in picking. If I was going to predict, as I predicted the lineup already, I think Odegaard is going to start. Now, moving on quickly. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the situation with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. What I need to tell you guys is that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is going to most likely be dropped this game again. Yes, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will most likely be dropped again because it seems like, I think, if I'm mistaken, one of the Arsenal reporters said that Aubameyang is going to be dropped. Yes, Aubameyang is going to be dropped for this upcoming game. Supposedly, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is going to has missed practice. And Arteta recently spoke on his relationship with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He said, "I have a very good relationship with my players. I always do the best for the club and the team. The decision is not personal. The decision is just on performances, and it's not at the best. And his performances are basically not at the best right at this moment, right?" everyone's talking about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's form and how bad he has been for Arsenal, but I just think Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has just underperformed slightly too much. I personally would place Martinelli as center forward, but I think Arteta is going to go with Lacazette as center forward. Who would you rather play in the striker position if Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is out? Would you rather go with Lacazette or would you rather go with Martinelli? Let me know in the comment section. Everyone's saying Henry. Yeah, Henry's definitely been the best striker in the Premier League era. Henry's definitely been the best striker in the Premier League era. Come on, Henry's probably been the best player in the Premier League era. But yeah, if the rumors are true about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, what are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? Because if Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is missing, here's the report right here. Let me show you guys the report. The report says that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has. Let me show you guys that. So Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is set to miss tomorrow's match. Yes, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is set to miss tomorrow's match, as says Charles Watts. He said Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is set to miss tomorrow's game after missing training today. The full story will be in here, right? I'm not sure what the story is entailing, but let's go check that out. Let's go check out what the story is entailing. So the report is that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has missed training on Friday. 1 second. The Gunner skipper is reportedly going to miss the game against Ralph Hasenhutl's side. After being benched, the captain has been left out versus Newcastle. Aubameyang's absent from the club is cautioned after COVID-19 starting to have a significant impact across football once again. So could he be out because of COVID? Interesting. So it could be a situation where Arsenal would not comment on the reason why Aubameyang's having an absence at the moment. That is an interesting take. Arsenal are currently not commenting on the reason for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's absence. That is an interesting take right there. I did not think that would. I didn't think that was how they would do things. But yeah, they're saying Arsenal will not comment currently on Aubameyang's absence. Interesting. Very interesting to say the least. What do you guys think about that? But yeah, there's been a lot of stories today. There's been a lot of stories. There's been a lot of awkward takes and things that I've been hearing. Big up to the people in the chat. Let's get back to this. Do me a favor, guys. Smash that like button. Big up to Dizzy in the chat doing his thing. Big up to my guy Aslan in the chat doing his thing. If you guys want to jump on, you can jump on. I'll put the link in the chat right now for anyone who wants to jump in and give me their predictions. Just before we get into the score predictions or anything else, what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to 1 second. Let's see. What do we want to get started with? Oh, what was that? Sorry. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, there's been some stories coming out about Arsenal and some transfers, right? So we need to get into some of those transfer stories. But before we go any further on any transfer stories, I want you guys to do me a favor and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you already know what it is. The next story is coming out of Football London. Football London have reported that there's interest in a certain Renato Sanches. There's interest in a certain. Oh, sorry about that. What's going on here? There's interest in a couple players, right? So let's just show you what the interest is about. So here's the interest, right? Interests are in Richarlison, Renato Sanches, right? Those are the two players that people are talking about. Yo, Aslan, what's going on?
Yeah, big up, Egal, man. How's it going, bro?
I'm doing well, man. So yeah, so there's rumors that Arsenal are interested in some players. Okay, I'm gonna throw these names at you. You tell me what you think. Okay. So the first player is Anthony Martial. Is reportedly going to be leaving. Sorry, Fabrizio Romano tweeted out today that Anthony Martial's agent has reportedly said that he wants a new challenge and he'll be leaving Manchester United. Arsenal have been rumored to be looking for a striker or someone to help bolster their attack come January. Would you consider Anthony Martial as an option?
Depends on the price, to be honest. And how old is he? Is he 25, 26 now, or?
I honestly, I need to double check.
Anthony look, obviously when he first came from Monaco to United, he was a talented player. But unfortunately, throughout his time at United, he hasn't really been consistent. A few of the managers after Fergie, gave him chances, but it just seemed like, from a outsider's perspective looking in, it just seemed like he was never given the consistent starts, or the managers that have came in since Fergie, they haven't had faith in him. I mean, he's a talented baller, but again, Egal, for me, in recent history, when we've got players from United and, the Blues from the West, it hasn't really worked out for us in our favour. So for me, I don't know. It's definitely a question mark, but I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't take him. Personally, again, it's just due to our history in the players that we signed from United. Look, we got Sylvester from them, didn't work out. We got Danny Welbeck from them, didn't work out. We got Mkhitaryan in a swap deal recently with Sanches, didn't work out. So, yeah, for me, it's going to be a pass, man. Thumbs down.
There you go. Just before we get into the next player, how you doing, man? How's everything? You there? Woohoo, Azan.
Say that again.
Said, how you doing, mate?
Yo, I'm blessed, bro.
Chilling.
How are you?
Well, I'm blessed, man. Just been doing my thing. Just been doing my thing. The next player.
Big up everyone tuning in as well. Big up everyone in the chat box.
I didn't have the edit ready for the next player. That's why. The next player is Richarlison, has been linked to Arsenal today. They stopped talking about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and now they're talking about Richarlison possibly joining Arsenal.
We wonder why, innit, Egal? We wonder why.
So he scored. He scored 3 goals against us. 2 of them were disallowed just a couple days ago, and guess what? Now we're linked to him and possibly buying him as one of our attacking options in January. Would you consider Richarlison? I personally feel like Richarlison is a decent player. I kind of don't know what he's best at. Is he best at striker? Is he best as a winger? I don't know if he is. He's a fluid attacker, though. He would do well in all sorts of players. But guess what? He recently rejected a bid from Barcelona for 50 million just like a couple years ago. So you're right, coin toss. I don't know if they'll accept any transfers, but Everton are looking for an ambitious couple years where they're trying to move forward. I think Richarlison, in my opinion, doesn't move the needle enough for us to improve. He is a better player than some of the players we currently have, but sometimes we're not just looking for better. We need that extra bit of quality to take us over the hump, and I don't think Richarlison is that. What do you think?
Yeah, I pretty much echo what you just said as well, Egal. But again, like, are these rumours coming in because he's running down his contract? Have Everton offered him recently a contract extension and he's not signed? Like, what's his situation with his current club at the moment?
I just think the whole situation with Richarlison. I think the whole situation with Richarlison is very simple. Arsenal are looking to bolster their attack, and they're going to be linked to every single player everywhere. The thing is, they haven't said Arsenal are ready to prepare a bid. They just said Arsenal are now looking at Richarlison, and he's on their radar after the performance that he had against us the other day, and deservedly so. He played very well against us, and now he's on Arsenal's radar. They're looking at him, and they're saying to themselves, he could be another player where they might have to look at. He's of the age. He suits the profile, and the reason why he's being linked to us is because Everton are looking to bolster their team, and they might be willing to part ways with Richarlison in order to keep Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
And just to add to that, guess where he's from? Brazil. Guess where our technical director's from? Brazil. Guess where his most recent, since he's come in, how many not just Brazilian players, but let's say Portuguese speaking players we have signed since he's been at his role at Arsenal Football Club. So, yeah, I mean, I can understand why we linked to him, but again, it's the journalists doing the most, and we're pretty much midway through December, or nearly midway through December, and this is the time where agents are out in full force, and we all know that agents and journals come together, and link us to any player that is available, especially when we know where our deficiencies lie within the team. And it's with us. It's Oba and Laka. Two of our most senior figureheads within the squad. Their contracts are coming to an end. One's got a year left at the end of the season, and ultimately they're not informed. They're not performing for us. So, and where we faced them recently, obviously he scored. So I can understand the links. I mean, he's at a decent level. He's still young. But is he the right quality for Arsenal? I don't believe so. But again, even if we were to buy him, I don't think he would progress under this manager. I'll be real with you, and that's just based on what I have seen him do with our set of players, whether they're the senior figures or whether they're the youngsters who are on the come up. So yeah, I mean, for me, again, it would be a pass, man.
There you go. Big up my guy Colin. How you doing? Shout
No.
out to you. It's been a long time. Hope you're well. I see you smiling. That's a good thing. Haven't heard from you in space. It's nice to see your face.
Now, right, Egal for now, right? Don't annoy me today.
Okay, there you go. Uncle Laurie's in the house. Another one of the regulars. Big up to Uncle Laurie. Big up to Chris the Gooner. Big up to Miss Jones. I see you watching in the background. Shout out to you, Miss Jones. Someone is bored with these links. Martial, Richarlison in 24 hours. Either are center forwards we need. I 100% agree with you there.
If it's not Dusan Vlahovic, yeah, I'm not interested because he's the striker I want. Like Richarlison, like all right, it's just predictable. He scores against us, right, and then we all of a sudden we get linked to him. It's so predictable. like.
Okay, so let's talk about Vlahovic. Yo, Colin, what if I told you Arsenal, in order to get Vlahovic, would have to overpay in order to get him? We'd have to pay him more wages than anybody else would offer, and we'd have to pay the club an extra 8 million on top of their asking price in order to get him, because his current agent is trying to make a name for himself, and he'd be asking for a lot of money. The most recent report says that in order for Vlahovic to join, Arsenal will have to increase their bid to minimum 68 million pounds.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care.
I agree with Colin.
Do it. Like, because the thing about this guy, yeah, this guy last season, the only players that scored more than him in Serie A were Lukaku and Ronaldo. That should tell you everything you need to know right then and there. If this guy is third in the top scorers list in Italy last season, and he's doing what he's doing now, right? Because there's a goal. He scored a lot of goals, right? But the one he scored against AC Milan, right? It's not the goal he scored; it's the position he took up. Because they took the ball from the left-hand side, right? And Vlahovic,
you're talking about his first goal, Colin, yeah.
But guys, look at what it's saying here. Arsenal will have to be willing to increase their bid for Florentino striker to 68 mil, as Mikel Arteta is looking to fend off Manchester United, Manchester City, and Juventus to sign the in-need striker. Guys, there is no way we are beating Man City, Juventus, and Manchester United to this player. I'm sorry. It's going to be very difficult for us to get his services.
With that logic, mate, man might never have walked on the moon. Just say it. like the thing with him, right? Like this, I don't watch Spanish football, yeah. And while some may think Isaac's a good player, yeah, I've not watched enough of him to comment on that, right? So I'm not going to comment on that. However, I have watched enough of Dusan Vlahovic, and one thing I know is that this guy, at his age, which he's still technically a young player if you really want to look at it, he's still young, bro. Like, if we don't snap him up now, right? And this
Yeah.
is why I'm literally begging the club to pull the trigger, right? If we don't snap this guy up now, there is no chance of it happening ever. Because once he matures and hits his prime, which he still hasn't, he will be snapped up by Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, those type of clubs. That's it. Once that happens, you've got no chance, mate. In fact, let's say Haaland goes to Man City, right? Let's just say that happens. Dortmund will be looking at Vlahovic as a replacement. Guarantee you.
Interesting.
Guarantee it. It will happen.
I think they already got their replacement. Vermaelen was supposed to be the replacement.
Adeyemi was their priority, but do you know what? I can see them going after Vlahovic, and I don't know why.
Didn't Adeyemi go to Leipzig, or did he already sign for Dortmund?
No, he's not signed for Dortmund yet, but Dortmund have made him a priority signing. At least that's what Fabrizio Romano said.
What do you guys think about Origi? I honestly, guys, I get that he's a good player. He scored a goal for Liverpool, but Origi comes to Arsenal, he's not doing shit. Like, let's not don't piss me off.
Okay.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Like, I remember in the summer, people were saying Arsenal's linked to Origi, and we were laughing. And now people are saying Origi's better than Aubameyang. I don't care. Origi
to Arsenal, is the most Football Manager-esque signing ever. I'm sorry, but it is. Like, because the thing about it is, right, because I've been playing Football Manager a long time, and I kid you not, I've seen that happen. Like, so, no, Origi would not do shit at Arsenal. And do you know what? It's actually funny because he's almost like a cult hero at Liverpool now, because whenever Liverpool need a goal, he's right there. But that's more down to Klopp than him, because he's implemented a system that allows the players to thrive more so than not. Like,
really, Origi? Like, this is what big old Arsenal has come down to, Aslan. Like, Rocky Broadcaster will be turning in his grave right now, looking down at his club, man.
Bro, tell me about it. But look, at the end of the day, bro, look, no disrespect to Origi. Yes, in those clutch moments, he's finished his dinner. But again, players from teams who are above us, who are their fringe players, why should we accept them?
We're never going to catch up to them, Aslan.
That's what we've done with Chelsea. That's what we've done with United over the years. Like, I'm tired of it. That was from the last decade. Like, this whole, PR spin from the club, trust the process. Again, it's not the manager's process. It's the Kroenke's process, since they've taken full ownership. And look, at the end of the day, look, these links, I said it to you over the summer live streams, Egal.
Yeah.
I don't believe them up until we have the player holding the shirt. Unfortunately, that's just my mindset, because from how we've seen it in recent times as well, where when the Euros was on, we're linked to a player, but from the moment we're linked, it takes like over a month, or it takes 2 months, or by the time it gets done, it's on deadline day. So again, like, with Origi, bro, like, for me, it's a pass. Look, no disrespect to Liverpool fans or Origi, but from time he's your fringe player, just because where we are as a club right now doesn't mean to say that he should be our starter. So yeah, for me, it's a hard pass, farms down. I totally agree with Colin. At the end of the day, we should be going for the up and coming talent who are doing the business right now. And look, I said to you and on these live streams and on spaces where, look, it's obvious we can't attract the likes of Haalands and Mbappe's, but no one can tell me we can't go out and get the Vlahovics, the Isaks, the Osimhens, the Jonathan Davids. Like, These are the next strikers on the come up who are doing their thing. So we should be doing that. And from what we spent over the last 2 summer windows, we have the money. No one's saying for us to go and break the bank or break our transfer record history signing. So yeah, look, for me, Origi, no, he's not good enough, man. I mean, look, he's done his thing in those. He came in clutch in those moments in the Champions League or the other day in the league when he scored that goal. But yeah, for me, no, it's a thumbs down, man.
Okay. Just before we get into the Arsenal Southampton preview, I'm going to ask you guys a question, people in the comments. Let's see if you can get it right. Who has picked up more points in the last 4 games, Arsenal or Southampton? Remember, Arsenal have only won 1 game in the last 4 games. So who has picked up more points, Arsenal or Southampton, in our last 4 games? You go do the research. Let me know. I'm going to check the comment section for the answers in a second. But Gini Wijnaldum to Arsenal on loan, another former Rivals player who has left the club and is now in PSG, getting the money. He got the bag. He secured the bag, and now that he's secured the bag, he's trying to make a move back to the Premier League to get more regular game time. He's not getting the game time over there at PSG. PSG want to fix up their midfield. Their midfield is not strong enough for themselves, and they want to get rid of Gini Wijnaldum in order for him to possibly get game time or just make a move eventually. Newcastle are in for him, Arsenal are in for him, and nobody else. So would you take Gini Wijnaldum on loan as a possible stopgap for until the new season, as Thomas Partey might be going to AFCON and El Neni will be going to AFCON? Gini Wijnaldum, guys, what do you think?
No.
Why?
The reason being is I've been burned with these fucking 30-year-olds for far too long now. Where my mind drifts away from that. See, when I see a player that was at a rival before, because Gini Wijnaldum's been at Liverpool, right? And he had his prime at Liverpool. If he comes to Arsenal, he's not going to be at his peak level, right? And also, when you look at it, in fact, because unlike when he was at Newcastle, right, he was one of those players that was a passenger on that team. And I know they had a shit team back then.
What? Passenger? He scored
bro.
He scored ridiculous amount of goals.
No, don't even do that, bro. Don't even do that. He scored 4 goals against Norwich, brilliant. But when it came down to the crunch, right?
He scored 11 goals for Newcastle in that one season he played for them.
Bro, he was a passenger in the majority of them games. I would know. I watched them all. Right? He's not someone that I would want. Nah. I'd rather someone that is younger that we can get a lot of mileage out of.
Yo, you're right. Actually, he scored 4 goals versus Newcastle, and then he scored 2 goals for Spurs, and then the rest of his 5 goals came very short time period.
Exactly. Okay. He was a passenger in that team, bro. If you look at this team now, right? Number one, you have to look at 2 things, right? Is this team as good as the team that Gini Wijnaldum was in at Liverpool? No. Not even close. Right? Secondly, if you really want to know what Gini Wijnaldum's going to be like at Arsenal, you just have to look at what Newcastle had with him.
He scored goals though at Newcastle. I don't know. Some people are saying he isn't a goal scorer. Some people are saying yes. Personally, this is my thing. Gini Wijnaldum as a stopgap to come in for Thomas Partey while he's away at AFCON makes a lot of sense to me, because we have Granit Xhaka, we have Lokonga, we have Ainsley Maitland-Niles. That's our only 3 midfielders. If one of them get injured, we're fucked. So it makes sense to bring someone in. There's 2 people who we could bring in. Gini Wijnaldum's one of them. We're going to talk about the next one in a second. Aslan, are you saying yes? Because personally, I say yes. I think Gini Wijnaldum to Arsenal on a 6 months loan makes perfect sense. Try it out. He's 30 years old. We're not going to have him on a long-term deal, and it allows us to save money for summer when we want to buy a real one. If we buy a midfielder now and he flops, we're fucked. If we get Gini Wijnaldum on loan, he's already of the quality of a midfielder who can play in the Premier League. Anyways, I hear your point, Colin, but I disagree. Aslan, what do you say?
Yeah, look, I'm with Colin on this one as well. I'm tired of stopgap signings. I'm tired of players who are on the plus side of 30. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we all know what he was about. The way he ran down his contract at Liverpool, and he was destined to Barca, but then in came PSG, swooped him up, and he secured the bag. Yeah. So for me, if he comes to Arsenal, he's just going to be about vibes, bro, because he's won the major honours at Liverpool. Supposedly his dream move would have been Barca, but after the way Barca came in and made their offer, and I don't know, pretty much like doubled the wages, or near enough. For me, it's unacceptable. It would be an unacceptable signing because it's an easy signing, a very, very easy and convenient signing.
And that's why you can see Arsenal doing it, Aslan.
Yeah, but again, Colin, this is like these are the ongoing patterns that I saw from the last decade. Now that we're in the new decade, now that all this trust the process has been, the slogan of Arsenal from 2020 onwards, like for me, no, it's not acceptable, because then, if we welcome this signing on a stopgap, like I said, we're just doing the easy side, the easy signs. Like, why are we not actually doing our correct homework? We've got plenty of time. Like, have the talks for the transfers only just started? Surely they should have been discussed, like, say, from a month or two back. After the summer window. Let's see how it goes for the next, say, couple months, 8 to 10 games, and let's start planning, what players we're looking to move on and what potential players we could sign. Because that's what we heard from last January, from when we failed to bring in a replacement for Kolasinac when we loaned him. Yeah, all I was hearing was that the groundwork and the homework starts now, and then come summer window, we're fully focused. We know who all our options are, and we're going to go out there and get them. But again, we dillied and dallied over the summer, and then come the start of the season, we only signed 3 players when we faced Brentford, and it took a further 2 weeks to get our other 3 signings. So again, look, for me, I hear where you're coming from, Egal. Obviously we've got 4 players going to the AFCON, 2 midfield players, 2 attacking players. But again, for me, it's going to be an easy signing and something that I don't want to happen. I want us to go and get a permanent signing. So for them reasons, I don't want him, to be honest with you.
Okay, so now we're gonna do the Arsenal Southampton preview. Let's just jump straight into it. I'm gonna give you guys some facts. Arsenal in the last 4 games picked up 3 points, only against Newcastle. Southampton in the last 4 games have picked up 2 points. Against Leicester, they picked up 1 point. Against Brighton, they picked up 1 point. Those are 2 teams which we beat Leicester, and we picked up 1 point against Brighton. Liverpool, they lost 4-0. We played Liverpool, we also lost 4-0. They played Norwich. Norwich beat them 2-1. We beat Norwich, of course. Norwich is not that good. But when it comes down to it, there's other damning stats also. When it comes to Arsenal versus Southampton at home, last year, I think they got a draw. Am I wrong? Was it a draw? Where Gabriel got sent off. Was it a draw or did we lose? It was a draw, right? Am I mistaken?
I can't remember.
I can't remember right now if it was a draw or if we lost that game.
Off the top of my head, anyway.
It was a 1-1 draw at the Emirates. It was a 1-1 draw at the Emirates. But yeah, Southampton, we've beaten Southampton 6 of our last 11 games. We've drawn in our last 11 games. They've only beaten us once at home. And okay, that just goes to show you the record that we have against Southampton. Southampton have never won have never won in their 22 games against Arsenal. What? Away from home? What? That's crazy. Okay, what else is there? Arsenal are currently unbeaten in their last 27 home games at 3 p.m. kickoffs. We have not lost a game. Oh my God, this is setting us up for failure. The last time we lost a home game at 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday was back in 2013-14 season. So if it goes wrong, it's gonna go wrong. But right now, I want to know what's your score prediction going into this game, and I'm just gonna in the background, I'm gonna put the actual the form for the two teams. So you tell me which team looks like which team do you think is gonna win? The team that has just come off back-to-back losses, or the team that's come off back-to-back draws? This Southampton team that is this poor. This is the Southampton team that we're going to be most likely facing.
Egal, do you remember what you said against Everton, bro?
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat it.
Like, for me, it's an unnecessary question to answer. To be honest with you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm. Thing is, I look at our last. To me, it's not even about this game. To be honest, I just look at our last few performances. Right, we got piped off Liverpool, but people wrote that off like, "Oh, it's Liverpool." Right. We then played Newcastle, and if I'm honest, we weren't amazing in that game, but we wrote it off because we got the win, right? And after that, everyone was saying United and Everton are terrible. 6 points is a must, right?
Yeah.
We got 1 point out of both of those games. So it's like at a certain point, you've got to think, well, what are we doing here? Like, and that record against Southampton, do you know what, Egal? This is exactly why I don't make predictions on a regular basis, because I know full well it can come back to bite me in the ass. And with this, it may well end up doing that, because the thing with records, right? They're made to be broken. And this season, in fact, not even this season, during his entire time in charge, Arteta is breaking all the wrong records, bro. Like when I look at our goals conceded, right? We've conceded 22 goals this season, right?
Yeah.
We conceded what? 17 more than that last season? Yeah. At the end of last season? We're in December and we're 17 goals away from that. And then when you look at our goals scored, I believe it was 50 odd or something like that. Like, actually, do you know what? Before I misquote myself, I'm gonna look this up, right? Because I don't want to.
I'm gonna look at it right now too.
I don't want to.
Arsenal scored 55 goals last year and 39 goals conceded. This year we already have 18 goals scored and 22 goals conceded.
You see what I mean? It's not looking good, bro. It's not. Like, I don't think. Look, even though we're like having a shit time of it at the minute, right? I'll never want us to willingly lose a game, because I just don't see what that accomplishes. Because it's like, okay, you want us to lose so that the manager goes, all right, what does that accomplish exactly?
We lose 3 points. It doesn't really help us in the long run.
Exactly. It doesn't help anyone. Like, it's like, okay, you want us to lose, so the manager goes, all right, well, let's just say that we do end up losing, and as a result of that, the manager doesn't get sacked, and then we just go on a winless run after that. What then? Like, it does not make any sense to me. As far as this game goes, I don't know why, but I can see it being 1-1, mate. I really can. I really can.
Just like last year. Just like last year.
Exactly. The reason I say that, right, it's not because of their record. It's not because of of them whatsoever. It's to do with us because our confidence right now is rock bottom, bro. Rock bottom. It's not as bad as it was after Man City, but it's still fucking bad. Like, I don't know with this team anymore, man. I swear. Sometimes I just want to shut myself off from the Arsenal world altogether because I'd rather not deal with it. Do you know what I mean? It's just depressing. It's like, will banter season ever stop? No, because we know what this club's about. It won't ever stop. It will continue and go on to the end of time. So we might as well embrace it.
Okay. I personally feel like this game is a must-win game because we cannot lose our games at home, especially against lower teams down the table. If we're going to lose against Manchester United, Liverpool, you can somewhat make excuses for it, even though we should be winning as many games as possible and trying to compete against the top teams. When we're at home versus lesser teams, we have to take them to sword. These are the games where we pick up points to help us get higher up the table. And I think if we lose a game like this against Southampton at home, it's going to show that the 10-game winning streak we were papering over cracks, and it was always a false mirage. It was a false sense of confidence, and it honestly got me sucked in. I started to believe that we turned the corner. I started to believe that we were getting better. I started to believe that this Arsenal team was something. They had something. They could actually do something this season. But if we lose 3 games on the bounce, we are not only in crisis, but this crisis is now going to get to a situation where the pressure is going to be even more on the manager. And for Mikel Arteta, this is a must-win game. For the football team, it's a must-win game. For our hopes of staying in Europe, it's a must-win game because 7 days ago or 8 days ago, we were in 5th position, 2 points away from Liverpool, and just about to play. What do you call it? Manchester United. We dropped points against Liverpool. We dropped points against Manchester United. We dropped points against Everton. Now we're 7th. We can drop lower down the table. We could be 10th by the end of the weekend or something like that. I don't even want to imagine. I just want us to get these 3 points. I think we're going to win. I think it's going to be KG. I'm going for a 2-1 victory. I think it's going to be a tight one. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. People in the comment section, let me know what you think in the comment section about your predictions. If you think, I love when I get comments like this because it just does not add to the conversation. There's always childish conversations on this channel. If you want to have a conversation, you can have a conversation. Come on, we'll have a serious grown man conversation. But clearly, you don't watch the channel. Anyways, Aslan, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, look, in terms of prediction for this game, I'm going with Colin. I feel it's going to be a 1-1 at best. Last season, we went away twice back to back with FA Cup and League, right? I mean, we lost. We got knocked out in the FA Cup, but I believe, did we win in the league?
Yeah, we did.
But again, you know, just with our, no, but sorry, but we're home, aren't we? Our next 2 games are home. Yeah, I mean, look, Southampton have always been a tricky opposition to play. And look, you know, obviously going by their form and our form, we're both not really performing right now. But again, bro, for me, it's always I'm always looking at our most recent form, and you know, we've gone away. Excuse me, we've gone away 3, and we've lost, and our home performances haven't been as convincing. I guess the positive is what, like, you know, we haven't lost at home since Chelsea, right?
Yeah, Chelsea.
And I mean, like, we have like dropped points, you know, like to Palace, like where we drew. But again, you know, our home form haven't been as convincing as well, because even in our home wins, you know, they've only been either first half or second half performances. So yeah, and just going off of our recent form, I don't see us getting the win, to be honest with you. So yeah, for me, it's going to be a tight 1-1.
Yo, shout out to my guy Mo watching. Also, big up to the people in the comment section. Watch. Oh man, you know who their keeper is? Their keeper is Willie Caballero. They
Oh
signed
God,
Willie, they
no.
signed Willie Caballero as a free transfer in the middle of the season to save their goalkeeping crisis. If
You know
we
what that means, Egal? You know what that means? Man of the match performance from Willie Caballero.
Yeah.
Nah, you guys are being a little bit too much into the Arsenal jinx. I don't.
No, bro. This is what Arsenal do. This is what Arsenal do. How many times do we have to go through this? This is standard. Like when a team
I'm just
needs a win,
hopeful that
when a team needs a win, right? When a team needs a win, what do Arsenal do?
we
They
give them
gift
the
them
win.
3 points. It's fitting it's December actually because we gifted Everton 3 points the other night, Santa style. All gift
They
wrap.
deserved it. They deserved it. They deserved it.
I'm not saying they didn't, mate. All I'm saying is when Arsenal come to town, you pretty much know when a team needs a win, you can count on us to gift wrap them it. Like it just is what it is. This is what we do. Like we make goalkeepers look amazing at the best of times. We made there was one game a few years ago where David De Gea was on a mad one. We lost the 3-1, I think it was, at the Emirates.
Yep.
He was just
33 shots.
exactly, and he was just on some different type of shit that day. I don't know what happened, but that's not the only one. We've made Fraser Forster look immense at times, and he's looked average.
This is a good comment. We don't create enough chances to make a keeper look good. You know what? Attacking wise, we've been shocking.
Yeah.
We've been shocking. Aslan, you went with a 1-1. Colin, you went with a 1-1. I went with a 2-1. We got people in the comment section going with a 0-0, 2-1. We got 2 nils. But yeah, just before we wrap up, I'm just going to show you guys what lineup I went with. I did my Arsenal lineup at the beginning of the video just to show you guys what lineup I went with. This is the lineup that I went with. I think this is what Arteta's going to go with. I think Arteta's going to keep Xhaka and Lokonga in the midfield. I think he's going to bring Lacazette in for Martinelli, and Smith Rowe is going to come back into the side now that he's fit. What do you think about that?
The back five I like because I wouldn't change it at all. You keep that same back five going. I mean, Tierney should stay on the pitch for the 90 minutes unless he's not physically able to. I mean,
do you think this is what Arteta's going to go with, or
do you know what? I would drop Thomas Partey if I'm honest, because he's been nothing short of shocking.
Who do you play next to Thomas Partey? I mean, next to Xhaka.
Well, if it was up to me, I wouldn't play Xhaka at all.
Okay, so what's your team?
Well, I would go with Lokonga in the Partey role for a start. And then
Ainsley?
See, this is the problem. Our midfield options are shocking. Like, I'd probably go with Ainsley purely because El Neni just, what's he had? One start this season? Like, yeah. and then he comes in for United. Like, what are you doing?
He played well for United.
To be fair, he just did El Neni things. Like, I expect El Neni to do El Neni things at this point. Like, Xhaka, he's just back from a major injury. I don't know why he started against Everton. What are we doing here? Like, when you look at our midfield options, bro, they're not good. Like, no matter what options you go with, right? You could move Odegaard into the central area if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't. Like, when I look at our midfield, I just think we've gone from the likes of Gilberto and Vieira to Coquelin and Cazorla, which was mint, by the way, to this. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
I hear you. Look, I'm just going to change this quickly because some people are saying Martinelli. So say we go Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Ainsley Lokonga. This is basically an under 23 side. I don't think we're gonna go with this much youth.
No.
It just doesn't make sense.
Egal, has there been any updates on our injury list? Like, is Smith Rowe?
Smith
Like,
Rowe's
is he
back.
fit?
Smith Rowe is back, fit and in training. He trained today officially. There's a photo from training that was taken.
Aubameyang didn't.
Aubameyang is reportedly out due to a mysterious absence. It could be possibly COVID due to the high case of COVID outbreaks in London, but they have not specified what the case is. Odegaard, everybody else seems to be okay. Is there any other fitness concerns? No. Everything seems to be up to date with everybody else. The only people who are out are Aubameyang, Said Kolasinac, and that's it, really. And Leno might be out, but that's it.
Why don't we just
Yeah, I mean,
why don't we just see what the thing is, what the deal is with Aubameyang? Why do we have to be all secret with it?
It could be a COVID situation, and in order for that, you have to first test the player to find out if it's accurately COVID or not.
Well, if it's not, well, okay, but if it's not COVID, then what is it then?
If it's not COVID, it might be that they told them to quarantine just in case it was COVID.
Oh God.
Anyways, Aslan, you're gonna say something?
Yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't matter what predicted lineup we make. We all know this manager. You know, he's unpredictable, bro. He's unpredictable. I mean, I guess now that Xhaka's back, it's safe to say Xhaka would be in that midfield for sure.
This is Arteta's team.
I mean, the back five, you know, that's a given. I don't think that's going to be untouched. Partey, yeah, like, look, he's had a stinker in the last few games, and maybe, you know, with, you know, a few weeks left before they actually go away to represent the national side in the AFCON, maybe we should start bringing in these squad players because, you know, January, they're the only ones that are going to be available. So maybe against the weak opposition or the inferior sides, maybe it's good to give them a run out, give them some minutes, some game time. But again, I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter what I predict. It's not going to be the same or what the manager wants to do. So, but for me, like players like Nelly, he should be given a chance 100%. You know, I'm always going to say Pepe needs to start. Saka, personally, I feel Saka should be rested for this game.
Really?
Yeah, well, especially the way he was kicked about against Everton. We saw how physical Everton were and the way they were kicking him and you know, trying to injure him, but he ended up playing 90 minutes. I know he's a tough lad, but again, you know, he's young, man. He's 20 years old. Like, he shouldn't be playing as much as we've seen him play. But, you know, after what we saw with the substitution of Eddie Nketiah, we all know Pepe, for some reason, is just not in Arteta's plan. So, yeah, so I guess Saka would start. But for me, Nelly, 100% needs to be in that starting 11. So
there you go. Okay, so that's it for today. Pretty much done. Aubameyang wasn't in training. That's true. Pepe, Emile Smith Rowe, and Martinelli front three. I don't think that's going to happen, my friend. Personally, I've heard some damning stories about Pepe recently that I will not be sharing right now. But once we get more information, I'll definitely share those with you guys. But yeah, Colin, big up to you for joining me. AK, thank you for joining me also. Big up to everybody for watching. There's one more story that I wanted to mention. But if you guys could quickly just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Renato Sanches to Arsenal. Yes or no?
No.
Okay, Aslan?
I would, to be honest with you. I mean, a lot of people have had question marks because of his injuries list, but I believe, like, you broke it down over the summer ago. Like, his injury record wasn't as bad as what people made out to be. Like, he never suffered long-term injuries. There was short-term. So, Yeah, I mean, look, if the option's there, he's definitely a quality. He would definitely add some quality in our midfield compared to what we have right now, and with the dip in form that a lot of our midfield players have been showing. So yeah, I would take him. He's young, he's at a good age, and I think we could get him for a good price. I think he would
People
be a
saying
decent signing.
too injury prone, and didn't he play with Swansea? Jonathan saying Colin, it's the injuries. That's why you're saying no? Question mark.
It's not just the injuries. That's a part of it, but it's not the whole reason. Like, because if we really want to go off on it, right, it's more or less the lack of data in the English league, because you can say he's doing well with Leo and this and that, right? But that's the French league. Like, the French league's not of a high level. Like, when you actually look at his performances in England previously, all we've got to go off is Swansea. So I can't really say yes until I get more data than that. That's why.
But then Colin, could you not say like how many years ago was that? Like since then, he's played at Bayern Munich, he's played at Lille. He's like a good few years older now.
Can I give you guys my take on this quickly? I feel like this might be the biggest cop out, but it's 50-50, because if we spend money on him and it's 25 million and he flops, is it that big of a risk? Really? 25 million? Like he's
Yeah, at the end of the day, bro, for me, simply with signings, whether you spent a mil or 72 mil, every signing is a potential risk or reward. It's always a 50-50. Yes, if a player is doing well in whatever club or country in the continent that he's playing for, if he's on the up or he has been consistent, like what we when we went and signed Lacazette, look how he was banging it at Lyon for all those years. But then when we bought him, he wasn't up to the level. So yeah, I mean, look, I understand players that are signed from the French league haven't really worked out for us in recent times. But again, like, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, players are, whatever they're valued at or whatever we end up paying for them, it's always going to be a risk or reward. For me, it's just down to the manager at the time. So
true. I hear that. Big up to everybody watching. Colin, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it as always. Aslan, big up to you. And yeah, big up to everybody watching. So Colin, you are just judging him as a teenager. Plus, you looked at the Euros performances.
Oh, see, again, it's like, look, all I'm saying is the only data I've got to judge him on is his time at Swansea, and I'm not looking at an international level because that's completely different. Like, if he comes to the club, don't get it twisted, I'll back him 100%, bro. Like, because that's just the way I am as a person. However, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, off the data I've got, is he my number one choice? No, because my number one choice, and this has been the way it is for the last few months, my number one choice right now is Ruben Neves. That's my number one choice.
Good shout.
That's my number one choice.
Can I just mention this? William Saliba this season has now had 15 clean sheets. What does this guy have to do to show Arsenal that he's a big part of their future? Like, I'm sorry, if William Saliba does not get an opportunity at Arsenal, it will be the biggest mismanagement of talent that we've done in the longest time. The man has had 15 clean sheets this season already in Europa and in the French league combined. Crazy.
Well, do you know what?
Sorry, how many clean sheets at Marseille?
15.
What, like in all competitions?
Yeah.
Okay. What that he started or just
that he started? That he started.
And who's his centre back partner?
I don't know. He plays in a back three last time I checked.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, Egal, look, you know my thoughts on him. What I said, before we sent him out on loan. I don't need to repeat myself on that. But
Yep.
best believe, bro, whatever the outcome, or say if we do end up selling him, if we don't sell him for a profit, bro, this club, I'm gonna express my honest opinions once again come the summer. So, but we'll see. Let's hope for the positive.
I think it would be a criminal act to let the likes of Holding and Chambers have another season at Arsenal, but not give William Saliba opportunity to play at Arsenal in the first team. Nitish, I'm just wrapping up the video, so there would be no point of me sending you the link at this point. I'll send it to you for the next video, of course. Big up to Jonathan, my guy, saying talking because they have a good coach, Egal. We have a scrub in Arteta. Saliba will play in the back three or back four, and left or right. There you go. Big up to you guys. But yeah, we're out of here, people. Have yourselves a wonderful day. You already know what it is. It's the Kitty G on EGTV. I'll be back again tomorrow for a watch along. So stay tuned for the watch along. As you guys know, we're going to be doing a watch along for the game. We'll be starting the watch along about an hour before the game. So you can call in, give us your thoughts pre-game. And then after the game, we'll do a match reaction around 7 o'clock. So stay tuned for that also. But yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. You already know what it is, guys. EGTV. And you already know what it is. We're out of here. Peace. What's going on? In today's video, what we're going to talk about is a preview for Arsenal versus Southampton. Yes, it's Arsenal versus Southampton preview, and you know what? It's always a live Q&A. Ask your questions in the comment section as we go live. Emile Smith Rowe is back in training, and the team is ready to go for Southampton on Saturday. They're going to have to be ready to go. We don't know who's going to be playing up front. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been in very, very poor form, and Lacazette has not been performing well either. At the time, we don't even know who's going to play as left back. Kieran Tierney just coming back, getting a start in the last game. Anthony Martial is linked to Arsenal. I want to know what you guys think about Anthony Martial to Arsenal. Will Odegaard get to start this game also? We need to talk about that. William Saliba is still performing amazing for Marseille. Will he come back to Arsenal eventually? Mikel Arteta is under pressure for this game. We have to see what happens there. Eddie Nketiah also could be on a move this summer or in January. And Reece Nelson just recently scored for Feyenoord in the Conference League. Big up to him. And let's get the show started, guys. Hopefully we go with the infamous